Hey Dale,
Talk to me, baby.
you ever had to fight with one of your family?
Every day, every month, every year.
I just got visions of you hitting your mum with a chair.
Be the other way around. Why'd you marry her?
Well, guys, this week we're going to go through, obviously, at the moment, probably one of the biggest stories in wrestling is the bloodline story. Jimmy J, Roman, and the rest of them, which, as you all know, in real life, they are actually real blood relatives. So it got us thinking, Dale, didn't it?
Yeah, which is actually a lot of work for us.
Hmm. Took us a long time to think about it, but what we were thinking is, what other real life blood matches have happened in WWE or in wrestling in general, should we say? Sorry. And we're not talking Undertaker Kane or Spike Dudley versus Devon or anything like that. We're talking real blood. They've got to be family, haven't they, Dale?
Wouldn't Kane versus Kane be the same thing, though?
Yeah, suppose so. Well, it's the same blood, isn't it? But let's not get into technicalities now. You do shed.
That'd be a mud line then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dreadful. I agree, though. I think the bloodline story is fantastic. Everybody's being like, all right, enough, enough. And I get it. Every story has to do that too. But it's how you
Mm.
continue that, right? How you keep pivoting away from the bloodline. But that's not something you and I want to figure out. Instead, we're going to look at Dustin and Cody Rhodes. I think that's something that worked out well, that carried over into a new company and probably was one of the most honorable matches as far as
Yeah.
AEW goes. And
Hmm.
you don't have too many honorable matches in that case, unless you have
No.
CM Punk that cries about people.
Yeah. Thank God he hasn't got a brother. Owen Brett, WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Two of the best matches that ever happened.
Between the cage match itself and then also the opener for WrestleMania 10.
Yeah. I tell you one thing though that you've always got to be careful about with these family matches, yeah. Is like we at the moment it looks like we're gonna get Jimmy and Jey Uso, doesn't it? That's like the next one WWE are looking to do. Which again is another continuous of the storyline, but we're talking specifically when they clashed and stuff as well, when they were in a program together. So we're getting Jimmy and Jay. Now, Owen and Brett were great together because they had the chemistry. You could see they knew each other. They knew they were step. They were always there because they knew each other's beat. They didn't have to even think about it. But we've had other brother matches, haven't we, Dale, that haven't really got there in that sense.
I would say so. And I think, when we were thinking about this, we take a look and we said, hey, did Leap and Lanny Poffo and Macho Man ever fight each other in WWF? Answer:
Mm.
no. If anything, Lanny said had a nice little poem and that wonderful speaking voice that he always had. And he'd read a poem with the coronation ceremony of Macho Man, and then he'd eat a lot of pussy.
Mm. Good old Lanny. But yeah, so can you think of a family match that's been really bad that everyone has high expectations of? I can
Later
think of a
days
massive
of
one.
Bulldog. I'd say the days of Bulldog.
Ah, but they weren't family.
Okay, but how come we don't get to hear anything about Rocky Johnson? We never hear
Uh,
anything with Bloodline with Rocky Johnson though on there, correct?
yeah.
All
Well, he was
right.
married into it, wasn't he?
Okay, but still, he still procreated the most popular man on the face of the earth right now, a guy
Yeah.
who runs his own company. So I don't think. By the way, we're talking about the Rock guys, just in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah. One thing that I will say though is probably for me that what I'm trying to get at is, which was very disappointing, was Matt versus Jess Hardy.
Yeah, well,
Because
Matt only got his job back because his girlfriend was fucking somebody else there.
yeah, but the thing for me is that's where I find it very disappointing in the sense of Matt versus Jeff. You know, you've got to, just because the Usos are brothers, you've got to be very careful in the fact of just because they are brothers doesn't mean they're going to have this amazing Owen Brett style match.
Tell me a good Jeff Hardy promo.
No, there isn't one.
Thank you very much. If anything, it
Mm,
was Mike Adamle calling Jeff Hardy Jeff Harvey at the Royal
yeah,
Rumble in 2008. It's still a highlight for me. I'll
yeah.
give you another one that never took off. Bray versus Bo. How come that never happened? Or did it?
Yeah. No, it didn't, did it? No.
And we look,
Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo, another one, really good one.
Pepe the Horse. Pepe the Horse. Going back on Bray for a second, can't you agree? Bray is just is in a wrestling family and is just a big horror movie fan
Yeah,
with
I
bad
just
wrestling.
I don't get it at the moment. I really don't get it. Okay, so one more before we finish. Anybody else you can think of in family feuds that have actually had matches?
I got one. Wasn't it a nice little trio with Tyson Kidd, David Hart Smith, and Natalia? I know you don't like Maddie.
Yeah,
I know you like
yeah, but
calling her Anvil's
they're
daughter.
not related though, are they? Well, Brett and Thingy are. Sorry, Davey and Natalia are, I suppose.
Do you think a better tribute would have been the Stu Hart family tree or the Stu Hart dungeon tree?
Yeah, well,
Were Jesse and Festus brothers?
no,
Why not?
good old tail. Right, before we finish then, guys, because we always keep our videos low, I'm going to go into some other ones. So you've got Brie Bella versus Nikki Bella. Never demand shaking your head. It happens. It still comes into the finger here. We said family blood. That's family blood. You can't get more family blood than that.
You
So
know
that
what we have to
happens.
thank them for? First of all, their wrestling I could not stand. Okay, I could not stand them, and they just created it. They are responsible, as much as I don't like them. They are responsible for creating a new fan base with women with their show on E.
Yeah, but also, those things with them too, I always feel sorry for them in is the fact that during that time when they were wrestling, all the wrestling, women's wrestling wasn't very good and it didn't get the respect or time it deserved. So you can only, at the end of the day, you can only work with what you've got, can't you?
Well, yeah, but you know what? You also had the Samoan SWAT team that I don't understand why they never made it past 1995 too. Those were some big dudes that were high flying. They
Yeah,
should have
yeah,
been more over. They actually had bigger bra sizes before Nikki did her thing.
yeah. Swiftly moving on. Vince versus Shane.
That's
Obviously,
fantastic too. I
yeah.
mean, the greatest heel character came from the Montreal Screwjob, one of the greatest characters ever in the history of wrestling itself.
Zombie
And
Linda.
ooh, I got to thank the OSW boys for that one. I can't look past that anymore. She's got acting chops, huh? Can you imagine having to sit there and not only French kiss Eric Bischoff while he's talking about her breasts, but then also looking at Vince from the corner of her eye making out with Trish Stratus?
Yeah.
There's no way they're
Uh,
together anymore, right?
No, definitely. No, they're not together no more. Them two, it's been well written, isn't it? And then last but not least, because obviously we want to try and finish up now. It wasn't a very good match, but I think it's really important that we mention it. Is Stevie Ray versus Booker T. Harlem Heat. For Harlem Heat as a tag team did nowhere near get the respect levels that they deserved. And I think that their match always goes, wasn't very good because Stevie was very limited in singles competition.
Mm-hmm.
But Booker done a good job here. I think Booker showed that he could be a single star the
Come
way he
on,
carried
man.
Stevie in this.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Although I
What are
really
you
like
doing?
Stevie, and when I watch his interviews now, he always comes across like such a nice guy.
Guy knows his shit, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I got one. The
What?
Rottens.
The Rottens. Okay.
Dreadful. Dreadful.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
disgusting.
just like that, guys, Dale's ruined the whole episode, so we're gonna call
That's
it a
right.
day there. He always has to do this, don't worry. Even when we had that old format, he used to come in with some absolute stinkers of pay-per-views. I'm sure he just likes self-sabotage. But guys, if you like watching our shows, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give it a little share about for us. We appreciate all of your support and stuff like that. We've only been going a couple of weeks, and the support we've had has been massive. So please do continue to support us. Let us know if you know any more Bloodline matches that have happened in the comments section, and also give us any shout outs about what you wanna if you want to hear us do any other type of content or anything like that. That's
I
what we're
got
here
one
for.
more.
So
Was the giant Silva and Golga, were they related?
no, they will not. Golga was
Oh,
Earthquake, if you remember rightly. You silly man.
with the Cartman. Do you know that Typhoon's son is the bell ringer for WWF?
Oh God.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding you. Look it up.
Shocking.
I give the shockbuster. I guarantee you, you guys all will take away some knowledge with that. And I'm not messing around. Anyway, this is Dale and Andy from the other side of the pond, all wishing you a wonderful weekend. And we love you all. Keep hitting that click, like, and subscribe button.
Cheerio.